From Cornwall to Birmingham and Johnston and Bexhill, here's Ruben Spire on the radio.
Hello to Lisa Marie Nicole Music. How are you today?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me on.
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for letting me chat to you today. So, can you tell me roughly how long have you been a singer-songwriter for?
Well, I've been writing since I was 7 years old. I used to write. I'm usually write like song stories, and I became a songwriter about 2017. I started writing songs. So I wrote poetry. I'm a published poet. So I decided to start taking some of my poems I had when I got into music and make them into songs. So by 2017 is when I started writing music, but I've been writing my whole life, though, in other ways.
So, when you recorded your debut single, did you go to the recording studio for that one?
Which one?
Kings of Kings.
The first one? That was
Yeah.
my first song. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. All of my songs are recorded in the studio. That was my first song I put out, and that's actually one of my best downloaded songs throughout the whole world. It's like number one everywhere. I don't know why, but it is. It's a good rock song, good Christian rock song.
So, what was it like going into the recording studio for the first time when you went there?
I was a little nervous because I never did it before, but I was excited because I really wanted to see, how my music turned out. And I had a very, very good friend of mine who is a musician, and he helps me in the studio. He works with me on my tracks. And studio I go to that I currently use and I used at the beginning, he's very good. And I became friends with him. I've been going there for years now. So it was fun. It was a fun experience, my first song.
So, can you tell me more about your single that you released called Lord Worship You?
Lord, I Worship You?
Yeah.
Well, that one I actually recorded that one in between my albums. So what I did was I put that one on my album that was out after the one I think it was Grace Heal My Soul. And then after that I did Step Into the Light. And I think that was on that album. It was just a worship song about just, I wrote that to just say basically that if I lost everything in my life, I would still worship God. I would still be with God and still know that He's there for me. And that's what that song is about.
So can you tell me, does God play a very big part in your life?
Did you say God?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He is my life. If it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be doing this. I was chosen to do this. I never dreamed that I would be in this position I am in my life right now with my music and my songs, because all of my lyrics are inspired by divine inspiration. So, of course, yes, He plays a very, very big part in my life.
So, can you tell me more about In My Time Child?
Okay, that song I wrote during a time in my life when I kept asking God when things were going to happen that I wanted to happen. And I said, I just came up with these lyrics because I figured everybody in time of their life is always asking, when is this going to happen? Asking God, we want everything in our time, but it's not going to happen until He wants it to happen. So I wrote that song based on that, and that song has done very well. A lot of people like it, and they like the lyrics because of it.
So, You also released a Christmas single called The Real Meaning of Christmas. So can you tell me more about that?
I wrote that as a poem. I don't exactly remember when I wrote it, but it was a while ago. And I wrote that as a poem to put out for Christmas. And then I started singing it at church because I am in the choir at church. And I started singing it at church. And then I said, you know what? My husband actually said, we should go in the studio. You should go in the studio and record this because it's a good Christmas song. It's a jingle. It's a good, got an upbeat, real good song beat to it, and the lyrics are good. So I went in the studio and recorded it, and it came out exactly like I wanted it to. It sounds like a real Christmas song, and I won a couple of awards for that the first year it was out. So it's a good Christmas song about Jesus. That's what it's about, the real meaning of Christmas.
So I know God plays quite a bit part of your life. So where do you get your inspiration? I know it comes from God, but anywhere else?
Well, I basically get inspired by things that happen in my life and around me. I have I deal with a lot of chronic pain in my life, and I've been living with this for years. And I try to write stuff around scripture and around personal experiences where people can relate to my music, because all of my songs mean something different. Some of them are based on scripture. Some of them I wrote on my own, and then I went into scripture and I applied it to scripture. So, but a lot of my songs are basically, I get inspired by everyday life, things that I know people are going to relate to, because my music is basically a ministry to bring people to the faith, to bring people to God that are suffering. And I try to really, really connect with the people in life that are suffering from anything in this world. And that's why I write my music the way I do, is to try to help people.
So I guess does songwriting come easy for you?
It does. Yes, I would say, yeah. It does. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, there's times when I'm just waiting. A lot of writers go through that when they go through like a spell where they're not getting anything coming to them. And it's not that things aren't happening, because they are, but like I said, my lyrics and my songs, I feel, are divine. And I wait till I hear something, and to hear something comes to me that is going to be put out at the right time for people to hear at the time. And that's why I try to release my music at certain times that I think that the public would need to hear it.
So how long have you been playing the guitar for?
Well, I started playing the ukulele first when I was at church, because I was in a band at church, and I started playing the ukulele first. And then after that, I said, you know what? I always loved the guitar. It's my favorite instrument. But I have, like I said, I have chronic pain issues, so I couldn't play a lot. So I just picked it up. Taught myself how to play it. I watched YouTube videos. I learned on my own, and I learned how to read music. And I think it was 2000. Let me see. I started. My first album came out in 17. It was probably like 2015. I think is when I started playing the guitar. 15, 16, around there.
So can you tell me more about the album released last year called Beyond Blessed?
Beyond Blessed was my album that I released in November of 23. That won 2 awards already, and it's actually nominated right now for the ISSA Awards. And there's one other award too it's nominated for. But that's a collaboration of all of my songs that I put out after the last album. Those were all my songs I put together to be on this album. And the Beyond Blessed was my one I that I was out, my full album that I put out, and the real meaning of Christmas is on that one as a bonus. So that's all really good songs on that album. In fact, I have the CDs here if anybody is interested in any.
So, can you tell me more about your EP that you released this year called Windows of My Soul?
Windows of My Soul is an EP, and that's all my new songs that I had done after the last album, the end of like December, January, and up until this year. And those songs that are on there all mean something different, and they're all award winners, those songs. And the one on there is called Mama, I Love You. I wrote that as a poem for my mother about 20 years ago. And I changed it up a couple of times. And I said, you know what? My mom's getting older. She has heart disease and she lives with me. And I said, you know what? I want this song to be released so she can hear it now while she's still here. So I'm so glad that I released that song and it's on this album because she loves it and everybody loves it. And it's a dedication to all moms out there. And I think the EP, I've never put an EP out before, so this is my first one, but I can't believe how well it's doing. I'm really blessed with this album.
So, can you tell me more about United We Stand?
I was hoping you asked me about that. United We Stand was written during 9/11. After 9/11, I wrote that poem. And I was there, so I witnessed a lot of it from where I was. So I wrote 10 poems after 9/11. All of them got published in different places around. And that one was just the one that stood out the most to me. And I wrote that 22 years ago, over 22 years ago. And I said, you know what, someday when I started getting into music, I said, someday I want to release this song. I want to record it and release it as a song for everyone, for all Americans. I know you're in the UK, but it's for everyone in this world. That's what it's about. It's about unity. And when I wrote this song, and I decided to go record it in the studio, we played around with all different ways to sing it and play, because I had to change a lot of things up because it was a poem originally. And that poem was published. It's a published poem that was in many newspapers and stuff back then. So I owned the rights to the poem, the song, the lyrics, everything. I wrote the whole thing. And I was so impressed with how it came out. And it just gives me chills to hear this song when I sing it and how people are just like singing it with me at the end of it. And like I said, it's not just for Americans. It's just like the song is about America, but it's about unity for everyone to come together, one nation under God. And that's why I wrote this song. And it's still out there. The video is a collaboration of all people that sent me clips and video and pictures. And if you see the video's still going. I mean, it's got thousands and thousands of views. I got thousands of views on my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, and people keep sharing it. So I just hope it keeps going forever. I just hope people just keep sharing it. I'm very proud of this song.
It must have been quite horrific to see that sight happening in front of your eyes.
Yes, on something I will never forget and hopefully never see again. But, that day was everybody experienced that, not just here. And it's not just about 9/11. It's about, like, I don't want people to think this song is just about 9/11 because it's about coming together as one. It's about unity and peace and coming together as, sticking together as all of us should be. And that's why I think that it was amazing. The first week I put that song out, the first week I got like 500 streams. And then the first month I was up to 4,000 already. So that's how many people are really, it's taking to people, this song.
So, can you tell me more about your latest single got released on the 25th of June called Life's Song of Faith and Glory?
Well, that song is a collaboration with Cindy Lou, and Cindy Bohorse and Cindy Lou are good people, good friends, great producers, unbelievable producers. They're great singer songwriters, and they approached me actually before this to do the Broadway song that's going to be on their album. And then she asked me, she wrote this song, and she asked me if I wanted to sing it and change it up a little bit. So I changed a couple of things in it, the lyrics, and we added some of our own touches to it. And she asked me to sing it, and I sang it, and I was really impressed with how they produced it, how it came out. And so it's I said when I song came out, I said my birthday's coming up on June 25th. I said, so what better day to release this song than on my birthday? So it's going to be released, and the lyrics are great because the lyrics about trials and tribulations in your life that everyone goes through, and how you trust in the Lord, and He'll get us through the trials and tribulations. So I'm really happy that they entrusted me to this, and it will be released this Tuesday, the 25th. I'm going to do a live song release on my Facebook page at 11 a.m. my time. So you guys over there could probably watch it because it won't be too late. I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the song. And I'm also going to do a message that I do every year on my birthday. And I'm going to talk about what's going on in my life right now with my music. And that will be on my Facebook page.
So, can you tell me more about going to do your audition for the Americans Got Talent? So, how did that come about?
Yeah, well, I've always wanted to do that. People kept telling me I should try out for it. I should try out for it. I was like, there's so many thousands of people. Everybody's got talent in something, and it is. Some of these people this year are incredible. And when people tell me, said, you know what, I'm just going to try out. If I don't make it, I don't make it. I mean, but you know what? I really want to do it really for the feedback, and also to get myself more exposure of my music. So I'm going to do the best song that I can pick. I already said I think I might do the one, I don't know how to love him. I don't know if I'm going to do that one or one of my songs. I have time to decide. But, the thing with AGT is that it's all about the song. And you have to showcase your vocals, your talent, your personality, and everything for them to make you go through to the next round. So I want to do the best that I can do to go to the next round. And then who knows? If I keep going, I might wind up in the live shows, and you'll see me on TV. So we won't get that far though. But I'm really excited. I've never done this before, a big show like this, and the best that I can do is just pray that the judges like me, and I'll see what happens after that. But you'll know, I'm going to be posting it everywhere, so everybody's going to know.
So, can you tell me more about Rocking for God?
Okay, that's my podcast. It's belong to the Four Persons Network, which is a ministry. It's an apostolate, and I decided that I wanted to do my own podcast because everybody does podcasts. I'm one right now, but in the US especially. And I wanted to be different though. I didn't want to be like everybody else because I always like to be different. I never like to be like anybody else. I like to be me. And I said, I want to do this on faith and music. It's only about faith and music, nothing else. So, of course, I've had a couple of authors in there that did have musical backgrounds. So that was okay. But I didn't think it was going to take off like it did. I mean, it's doing so well. I got nominated for 3 awards this year already for 2024 for my podcast. I've had several artists on from all over the place. I've had people on from different pastors and all denominations of Christianity. I even had a couple of Jewish people on. I've had people from all over talk about their faith and how God has impacted their life and their ministry or whatever they do. If they're a singer or radio DJ, anything. I've had people radio stations on. I really, really enjoy this. And I have so many people contacting me to be on it now that I had to add on another day. So now I'm doing the third Friday of the month and the first Saturday. Down the line, if it gets too much, I might add another day. But the thing with my show is that I like to promote the people that are going to be on for a couple of weeks before I do it. So if I add too many shows on, I'm not going to really have much time to promote the people because that's the way I do my show. So I'd rather do it your first Saturday of the month and the third Friday of the month. But I play my music at the beginning, and I play 2 songs for each person that's going to be on, and we just discuss their faith, their music, or whatever their industry is they're in, and that's my show.
So, can you tell me how's it being an independent artist for you?
Being an independent artist? Well, I actually like being an independent artist because if you talk to anybody that knows me, I'm an independent person. And I don't like being told what to do. I don't like, ask my husband. I'm kidding. I am such a creative person. My mind is always going, wandering, and always thinking of new things. I don't like to be under contract where somebody's going to tell me what and when I have to do things. And I promote myself probably better than anybody else can. And I'm also now promoting other people. So I'm actually a promoter now. So on top of my podcast and being an artist, I like to be able to go online anytime I want and do a show. I like to go contact a church or a place around here and say, hey, I'd like to perform there. Do you want me to perform? Or, how much they're going to pay me or whatever. I negotiate contracts myself. I've been doing this my whole life. So who knows? One day I might even be a record label. You never know. I mean, but I like being independent because, like I said, I am independent. I'm an independent person. So being an independent artist is better for me. That might not be good for everybody else. There's a lot of people out here who want management. They want to get signed. God bless them. If that's what they want, that's fine. But it also costs a lot of money to do that. And as an independent artist, a lot of us are struggling. You can't afford to be paying all these people. And then if they own some of your music and you can't, it's not for me at this time. I'm not saying it never will be, but at this time, it's not for me. So I'm happy where I am.
So finally, can you tell me, listeners, where can I find you on all of your social media?
I'm all over the place. I have 2 Facebook pages. My personal page is Lisa Marie Nicole. My Facebook page where my music is, where it's a public page. Anybody can follow and like me. Lisa Marie Nicole Music. It's Facebook at Lisa Songs of Worship. That's the handle, the URL to get on Lisa Marie Nicole Music. I'm on Instagram. I actually have 2 pages on Instagram. I have a Rocket for God page for my podcast, and I have Lisa Marie Nicole Official, it's called, on Instagram. I'm sure if you just put in my name, it's probably going to come up on Instagram because I have 2 pages there. YouTube, Lisa M. Nicole at YouTube. I'm not on Twitter anymore. My account got hacked twice, so I got off of it. I'm not on them at all. I might go back at, X or whatever it's called now. I might go back in the future, but right now I'm not on there anymore. My website is lisamarienicole.com. You could download all of my songs there. And if you if you want to support me as an artist, you could go to my website and download the music instead of going to iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, the streaming services. We don't make nothing off of that. I'm sure everybody knows that. But if you download the music off my website, I get the money straight. It goes straight to me. I don't have to pay a fee. So that's why I try to tell people, but a lot of people belong to these, these monthly things with Amazon where you download all the music you want. So, they're not going to get it off my website unless they don't belong to those. But my website also has merchandise. I have T-shirts like this available. I got mugs. I have hats. I have all Rocket for God merchandise from my podcast. And if anybody wants to support indie artists, the best thing you could do is buy our merchandise because that's how we survive in this industry.
Thank you. Let me chat to you today.
Excuse me?
I said, thank you. Let me chat to you today.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. God bless.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.